My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we're going to do a ghosted no communication reading. So if you're in limited communication with your person, you're just not talking like you used to, or in no communication at all, this is going to be the reading for you. And even if you are in communication with your person and you're drawn to this reading, it means there's a message in this reading for you. Okay. Before we begin, thank you guys so much for being. You always have so. You always encourage me and support me, and I just want you to know that it has not gone unnoticed, and I really appreciated the positive feedback that I received from the clearing for twin flames video that I put out. And in fact, I kept second guessing myself about putting it out or actually doing the clearing, and it was all based on a lot of my insecurities, because that's a modality that I learned just last year. And I was like, what if something weird happens on camera? What if it lands on an item number that I can't remember the meaning of, so I can't explain what it is? Or what if it's just I take too long because I move really slow with the pendulum right now. I mean, when you see people like really do spirit response therapy, they're like shh, right? And I move really slow, so I was like, will they get frustrated with what is happening? But you guys were absolutely lovely, and a lot of you commented below that it was something that you needed. So I'm glad that I put my ego aside and my desire to be portrayed as a perfectionist aside, and put that clearing out there for you guys. So thank you for that, right? And as we're talking about clearings, even though you did that clearing with me, it's always good to make a gesture that signals to the universe the need to be clear, the will to be cleared, and also asserts your sovereignty and your power. Okay, so whether it is doing a meditation after, lighting a candle with a petition, which is what I did. Can't remember if it's after declaring or maybe just before declaring. No, it was after declaring, right? And lit a candle. I lit two candles. This one is for me, okay, and this one that's still burning, the Sacred Heart of Jesus candle, was for my twin. This is for his protection, his clearing, and as you can see, he's pretty clear. That white mist above there lets us know that there's a lot of protection that's surrounding him at this time. So he's good. Me, a different story together. The last time I had one of these candles, now I light a candle every month just to make sure that everything, I mean, I do my own spiritual checks on myself, but sometimes if I can't get someone objective to do it for me, I light a candle just, get a gauge of the atmosphere, right? So the last time I had one of these, I think was either like 6 months ago. I think it was last year, August, and I think I showed you guys, and look, it's cropped up again. So it means that there's something really negative that has been aimed at me, one, and two, it's not particularly resolved, right? Because there's still quite a bit of wax at the base of the candle, right? Remember, when we light these candles, we also get messages. So there's been a lot of transmutation of negative energy, but because there's a lot of wax still stuck to the sides and a lot of wax at the base, it means then I have to do something else in order to clear this energy completely. So if you're like me, you probably just light another candle, okay, to just transmute it, or you can have some SRT done. You do a meditation. There's something, but it's saying that there's something else that's unresolved, and I have to dig a little deeper. Okay, all right. So I also went and I got this beautiful turkey eye bracelet. Shout out to the puja store in Arima and my girlfriend there who actually recognized my voice and my laugh. So that was also funny as well. Anyway, let's get into the reading. Okay, sorry about that. I just want to tell you guys that I loved you. Okay. All right, ghosted, no communication. First of all, let's get a significator for the energy and the energy towards you. So we're going to get the significator for the energy from here. I haven't used these cards in like so long. These therapy flashcards. And maybe it's because they are so bloody difficult to shuffle. That's why. And let's get one more. And then let's cut the deck here. I mean, this is a huge deck. I don't know. Like when people design index, it's like they don't think about the practicality of things. Okay, and I have long fingers, right? So imagine someone with a smaller hand. All right, so underneath the deck we have repression. Okay, so it looks like this person might be actively trying to repress their feelings for you. It could be as well your person has been repressing something for a long time, and it's come to a head, and they've been so deeply triggered that they've withdrawn, taking this time out. Okay, an unconscious involuntary defense mechanism which expels unacceptable thoughts, fantasies, memories, or impulses from the consciousness in order to protect the individual from that which may cause anxiety, pain, or guilt. So even now, your person might be trying to forget you, put you out of their mind, keep themselves busy, that kind of shit. I don't want to leave this against my thing, so oh my god, hold on a second, guys. All right, let me put it here. Oh good lord, let me shift this. All right, good. So what we have here is self-awareness. Okay, so what your person looks like, they retreated, and there's people running here, so it looks like they might be kind of running from this connection energetically. They've retreated, and I think they've retreated because there's some kind of big trigger that they received. Okay, so they needed some time alone, and I think maybe they went to their go-to, which was to kind of press down the feelings that they may have had for you. But in this time of isolation, it looks like they're getting a lot of self-awareness. They find out a lot of truths about themselves, and I think they may even be acknowledging that what they're doing right now is a defense mechanism. Okay, I think they're understanding the triggers better. I think they're understanding how they get their needs better. I think they might understand what they need from people in order to feel safe, and how they might have been negotiating their relationships thus far. Okay, it says here self-awareness, the condition of being conscious of one's personal nature, relatively objective, flexible. So this feels like the higher perspective, right? Relatively objective, flexible, open, and accepting sense of oneself. An ongoing process of learning and exploring one's own internal aspects, thoughts, emotions, and behavior. So I think this person, deep introspection. So what may have started off as running from this connection has turned into an investigation of their psyche and how they navigate the world. Okay. All right, let's get energy towards you. The energy towards you at this time. Okay, so they see you as a cut above the rest, and certainly a cut above them, right? They feel like you are out of their reach, you know. They feel like you have just taken off. And not only have you taken off, but you're enjoying your life. You're enjoying your life, and you are not interested in them or anything that they might have to say. All right, let's see. All right, the energy towards you. Okay, well, they think you're a unicorn, and that sense of uniqueness was also in that card, that underlying energy, the way she was dressed, a kind of gypsy nomadic kind of vibe, right? You can't be contained, okay? You can't be constrained, you can't be controlled, and you're unique, and they're seeing this uniqueness because it's here again. They see you as the unicorn, okay? And they want to control you. They do. They want to control you. They want to fight for you. Okay. They want to possess you. They want to control you. They want you to have you all to themselves. But I don't think they understand that part of what makes you intrinsically you is your sense of independence and sense of freedom. So the very thing that they admire, that they're drawn to, that they're magnetized by, is the very thing that makes them feel very triggered because they can't control you. And this person needs control in order to feel safe. So they love how you're so free spirited and you are just a cut above the rest. They can't find anyone else like you, just so unique, and they feel so intensely about you, and they're having a unique experience with you. But it's those very things that make this person very defensive, okay? Because you could really hurt them. You could really hurt them. Not only that, even approaching you and trying to come next to you would mean that they have to come next to these emotions here, this water that's here. And this person, they're wearing their armor. Look how the armor drapes across the heart space here. Okay? So you require a lot. And this person realizes that they've been holding back. They've been holding back. Remember that repression card from the bottom of the deck? They've been holding back. I think they're only now starting to admit to themselves how much they care. Yep. So they ran away, they got triggered, they ran away, and they thought, it looks like they got triggered, they ran away, but they kind of ran into their emotions. That's what it feels like. Okay? We're still gonna ask why they did it. Why they ghost you, we're still gonna ask, but it looks like that's what happened. It's the intensity of it all. We have 5 of Cups in reverse, and that is a card of grief. Okay, so they're missing you. If they might be putting on a show on social media in public. Girl, guys, don't even worry about that. Right? This person is missing you, and it's more than missing you. This is yearning. This is grief. Okay, but it is cracking them open to their truest emotions. Okay, I think this person could conduct a master class in repression, but they're not able to withstand the tide at the moment. I think you've really broken down their walls. Why they ghost you? Right now, I always do these readings to just give a sense of closure, because when people ghost you're sat there and you're left with why. Why it can get kind of obsessive, right? And then when you concentrate on the lack, then that's what spirit will serve up more of that. Okay, so this is kind of to get you out of the overthinking. Okay, why did they do it? 4 of Pentacles. They were protecting themselves. We have 4 of Pentacles. We have the Dreamer, and if you notice, their feet aren't on the ground. We have the Dreamer. We have the Mender in reverse. And we have the Commander in reverse. Oh, so many different things I'm feeling. Well, one, they were protecting themselves. Bam. And the reading opened up about defense mechanisms. So yes, it was a defense mechanism. They were protecting themselves. But what I'm getting most of all is a sense of frustration and a feeling of being out of control. We have the Commander in reverse, and that's what tells me that they felt out of control of the situation. And the part that really triggered them the most is they couldn't find a way to bring this connection together and to ground this connection. And that's why I was really drawn to this person levitating. Okay. This person has a lot of dreams and fantasies about you and about this connection. This person has kind of in their head mapped out a whole life path for you guys, but they couldn't find a way at that particular instance, in those particular moments, to bring this connection together. And they felt out of their depth. They felt out of control because this is someone who has to know what the next step is. And they couldn't see the next step. Where is it going? They kept asking themselves, where is this going? Where is this going? Where is this going? And they couldn't see it. They couldn't see that path. So you know what? They're like, if this thing can't come together, if this thing can't come together, if this can't ground and it can only be a fantasy, I need to protect myself. I can't get too deep into this. I can't get too deep into this. And they just ran. They ran away. They couldn't see how to knit both of your lives together. They couldn't see how that was happening. They kept asking, where is this going? How is this going to work? And the answers was crickets in their head, because this person, instead of kind of communicating with you, co-creating with you, and you're finding a path together, they have to work it out in their head, right? They have to see the path, and then they will pass that vision on to you, right? They are in control, right? They couldn't see it. And they couldn't see because they don't have the input from you, right? What were they feeling at that time? So this is what was in this person's headspace. Okay. What were they feeling? No, not this one. What were they feeling? So that's what they were thinking there. What were they feeling? Underneath the deck, right? Whatever happened in the last moments before they go, so you triggered an inner child wound, okay? And it looks like it feels like abandonment, okay? It feels like abandonment. All right, let's have a look. What were they feeling? Surprised. I think they got a big surprise, and from their perspective, a nasty one, because I don't think they realized how attached they were to you, or how close you guys had grown over time. That's what I feel was surprised, but I'm still gonna pull a card on it, right? What were they feeling? We have empty. Okay. So all that beautiful energies that they felt when you guys had those moments together just reinforced for them just how empty the other aspects of their life really were. I feel like because you are so purpose driven as well, and you seem to know what you want out of life, that just interacting with you makes this person feel like kind of pathetic and purposeless. Like, what am I doing with my life? It just reinforces them like they don't have their ducks in a row, you know? Oh, God. 1 second, guys. I gotta go that. Hi, guys. So we have fearful avoidance. And you know, that's a push-pull energy, right? You know, it's when a person's dreams are battling with their fears, where the love is battling with the mind, the heart and the mind in a battle, right? So it's a kind of hot and cold kind of energy, and some people might misinterpret that hot and cold energy for being manipulative, but it's not manipulation. It's not somebody playing games with you. It's them trying to battle with their fears. Okay, so there are going to be times where the love is more than the fear, and you see them come forward very passionately, and there are times where the fear is more than the love, and you see them withdraw. So there's going to be a constant balancing act until they can really stay still, you know? What else were they feeling? And we have free. Okay, free. There's something about your connection that makes this person feel expansive. Okay, free of any kind of obligations and expectations. Like when you guys are there in the moment, you're there in the moment, and you're free and they're free to be their authentic self. But at the same time, they felt that they needed to be free of this inner conflict that kept raging inside of them. And they couldn't see the out. I also kind of like feel it like a caged animal. They don't know what to do. They couldn't see the out. And that's, they just got triggered, guys. Let's pull a card on surprised. What were they surprised about? Okay. We have the shapeshifter in reverse. I think you two, you weren't consistent with how you showed up to the connection. Now, remember, you're always mirroring your person, right? So if they were fearful avoidant, something about your energy was also fearful avoidant as well. Okay, there was something inconsistent about your energy that your person picked up on, and they felt like, that's what I was telling you about the game playing. They felt like you were playing games with them, but you weren't playing games with them. You were also in this fearful avoidant energy. So they picked up on that. This person feels you very deeply. So they picked up on this conflict that was within you, and then it kind of amplified the conflict that was within them. And they're just like, this person's just like the rest. Or they could have even said, this person's just like my mother, or this person's just like my father. They're no different. So it really brought up a lot of old memories for your person where they would have been abused. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, and that talks about an abuse of power in this sense. I feel also you may be at this time showing up kind of cold to this connection because you're always trying to you are also trying to contain your emotions. I said always, but maybe always. I don't know. But you were also trying to contain your emotions, kind of rein them in as well. Okay, and that was a kind of shift for you. They couldn't figure out why you're showing up like that to this connection, so they thought that maybe you lost interest and lost any kind of passion for them. And for a person, passion is important because passion signals interest and love. So they just think that you're not interested. So they kind of like, you know what, let me get out of this before this person abandon me. Bye. Right? So they just jump ship, What's happening in your person's life right now that could have also played a factor in them ghosting you? And that's what I'm telling you. There are some memories. It was left in the sack, and I always think the cards left in the sack or the box are a message. There's something about you that reminds them of their mother. Okay? And it looks like in their life right now, there was a similar situation brewing, whether it is with a third party or even their mother energy, or maybe they remembered something to do with their mother. So that was happening at the same time that you might have been trying to rein in your emotions and might have been showing up differently to the connection. And they're like, this person just like my mother, right? Manipulative. So they put you in that little box because this person also has to label and categorize others, right? For them to make sense of the world. So they put you in that box. You are just like my mother. It says your mother, but I think it's you are just like their mother. And they put you in that box. All right, so I'm going to leave that card out because it flows with the reading, actually, with that inner child wound. All right, let's see what was also happening in their life at the same time that might have also influenced them ghosting you. What's happening in their life at the same time that may have influenced why they ghosted you. Underneath the deck, what is in the will? So again, something to deal with the parents or guardians, family drama. You know, will is always family drama. Somebody always feels like they're hard done by, or they should have gotten this, or they should have gotten that. And somebody was the favorite, and family drama. All right, so what's happening in their life? Cruel intentions. They realize it. This is not with you, This is with other people in their life. They realize that there are people in their life that don't have their back at all. In fact, there are people in their life that only have their back to stab them in their back. You understand? So this person, it looks like some situation unfolded where they realize that there wasn't anybody in their life that they could trust, and it looks like there was a kind of transference of that energy towards you and the connection. We have toxic masculinity. Okay, so their worldview, the way they were taught to view the world, okay, it's from this toxic masculine lens. And the toxic masculine lens demands certain things, okay, demands that they are catered to, demands that they are shown love in a particular way. And once you're catering to them, or you're not showing them love in a particular way, particularly in a sexual way, it means then that you've kind of lost interest. Toxic masculinity is also about being in control of people, of situations. And remember, we saw that your person didn't feel in control. In fact, they felt like the commander in reverse, right? So there is that. And it's about being able to feel powerful and wielding power over others. And it looks like in their life, they felt powerless. So again, this was also transferred to your connection, right? When you have on rose-tinted glasses, you can only see the world through rose-tinted glasses, right? When you have on the shit-tinted glasses, you can only see the world through the shit-tinted lens, right? So it will always inform how you interpret situations and how you view people. And that's exactly what happened. What else was happening in their life? Okay, so this person have mommy and daddy issues, okay? So there are also father wounds as well, right? And, seeking validation from the father energy, trying to be like the father, even though the father is not worth being modeled after, wanting that kind of approval. But when we have father wounds, we also have issues with power and authority, whether we're not able to step into power or we are abusing power. So again, I think a lot of things were coming up for your person, and they just basically projected it onto your relationship. Okay. Now that this person is in the energy of self-awareness, right? How are they viewing you now? Now, in the extended, I'm going to look at their heart space energy for you right now. I'm going to look at their intentions towards you. I'm going to look at how they see you guys interacting next year. I'm going to get some messages from their 3D self, messages from their higher self. I'm going to look at what's going to be their next actions towards you within a month's time, and then advice from Spirit. All right, but how are they seeing you now? Now that they're in this place of self-awareness, how are they seeing you now? With Two of Pentacles. It feels like an undecided energy, but let me see the other cards that come through. We have the Bridge in reverse, and this is the Moon in reverse. We have the High Priestess in reverse. Lord. Oh, they're still conflicted, guys. And the Ten of Cups, okay? All right, so what's the good news? Good news, they're realizing just how much they love you and how connected they are to you. Bad news, they don't know how this is going to work, right? They don't know how to come to your side of the fence, to come to your side. They know how to come to your side. They don't know how to build a bridge. They don't know how to bring this together. They don't know how to ground this together, okay? They're also afraid. Yeah, that is the energy. They are also afraid. This moon in reverse is about shadow work. And High Priestess in reverse also is about not listening to your intuition. Once you're not listening to your intuition, you're operating from an egotistical place and a place of fear, right? So right now they're undecided. Do they come towards you, tell you everything, be vulnerable? Or do they stay where they're at? They're undecided. And they're undecided as to who you really are, right? Because they still have these, let's call them tropes, archetypes, still playing in their mind, and they still need to categorize you, and they still haven't been able to do that. They still haven't been able to label you. And if somebody can't label you and they don't know exactly who you are, then they really don't know how to proceed and how to navigate you. So as of this moment, they're undecided as to who you are. Are you this manipulative bitch like everybody else in their life? Or are you someone absolutely wonderful that they previously misunderstood? They're not too sure yet. Wish I could tell you something better, but this is where they're at right now. This is where they're at. They feel the love, but the fear from their past relationships, and it looks like the relationships with their parents, is what's skewing their view of you, the window out of which they're looking at you. It needs cleaning. And when they shadow it does that, so you gotta leave them to it. All right, so if you can't join me next, then what is Spirit's advice for you at this time? Guys, I think I'm just gonna choose a card because let's choose one of this. We have insecurity. All right. So Spirit is saying, all right, your person have a lot of insecurities and fears, okay, and a lot of things from the past coming out. But Spirit is saying, you're also operating from a place of unworthiness, and you're allowing these to leak or bleed into your connection, okay? Insecurity, a lack of assurance and confidence combined with feelings of uncertainty and unprotectedness. Yeah, you feel exposed, you feel vulnerable. Most, if not all, neurotic self-destructive behavior derives from insecurity and the anxiety it induces. It is characterized by timidity, self-criticism. Yeah, I have a very developed self-critic. Inner critic. I do. Fantasies of confidence, self-sabotage, withdrawal from participation, a lack of entitlement, nail biting, and poor posture. And it says here, I can't let you win just because of your insecurities. So you can't expect your person to pander to your own insecurities. Just as well, they can't expect you to pander to theirs. So it looks like on both ends, there's some healing that needs to take place here in order for you guys not to be so easily triggered when difficult circumstances arise. Okay? All right, my love, so this was your reading. I hope it was helpful, guys. I'm going to go to the extended now. We're going to cover those points that I outlined, I just want to say thank you. Thank you just for always being there for me, encouraging me, just being a safe space that, I can land and navigate my spiritual journey and myself. I just want to thank you for that. Okay? Thank you for your likes, dislikes, clicking on the ads, clicking on the extended. Thank you for it all. Take care.